The NBA playoffs this year ay isa sa pinaka-unpredictable playoffs in recent memory. Madaming hindi nag-expect na papasok ang Atlanta at Milwaukee Bucks sa Eastern Conference Finals dahil number 1 at number 2 seeds ang mga naging kalaban nila ng East Semis. No one expected Phoenix to sweep the Denver Nuggets at matalo ng Clippers ang number 1 seed Utah Jazz even without Kawhi Leonard. The NBA has always been relatively predictable, especially nung Warriors-Cavaliers era kung saan taon-taon na lang sila ang naglalaban sa finals. Pero madami ding season sa history ng NBA where teams defied expectations and made an unexpected run to the NBA Finals. Here are our top 5 unexpected teams that made it to the NBA Finals. The 1999 New York Knicks. The 98-99 New York Knicks team is the first and only 8th seed na nakapasok sa NBA Finals. Nagkaroon ng lockout ng taon na yon and the season was cut to just 50 games per team and the Knicks finished with a 27-23 record. The Knicks offense sucked as they ranked 27 out of the 29 NBA teams noon in scoring with 86.4 points per game. Wala talagang nag-expect na makakaabot sila sa NBA Finals. Kinailangan nilang manalo ng 6 out of their last 8 games ng regular season para lang makapasok sa playoffs. Patrick Ewing was 36 years old but they did have young stars in Latrell Sprewell and Marcus Camby. Tinalo nila ang number 1 seed Miami Heat ng first round ng playoffs in 5 games, with Allen Houston hitting probably the biggest shot in New York Knicks history.
Usually means something for Ewing. Allen Houston. Houston ducks under. Got it! With 8 10 left.
They would go on to sweep the Atlanta Hawks sa second round and would beat Reggie Miller's Pacers ng conference finals kahit na na-injured si Patrick Ewing ng Game 2 and the Knicks lost him for the entire playoffs. The Knicks would eventually lose the Spurs in 5 games, pero yung run nila that year was one of the best playoff runs in NBA history. The 2004 Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons championship ng 2004 is considered as one of the greatest upsets in US pro sports history. Maganda ang naging record ng Pistons that year, finishing as the 3rd seed in the East, pero walang nag-expect na makakaabot sila sa NBA Finals. The Pistons had a solid roster with Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace at Ben Wallace, but none of these players were considered as superstars at that time, kaya naman hindi sila kinonsider as real contenders, especially since the Nets and the Pacers had solid years. Tinalo ng Pistons ang Milwaukee Bucks sa first round 4-1 at nagkaroon sila ng rematch laban sa Nets who swept them in the conference finals the year before. They would beat the Nets in 7 games at nakaharap nila ang number 1 seeded Indiana Pacers ng conference finals kung saan nakita natin ang famous chase down block ni Tayshaun Prince kay Reggie Miller ng Game 2. The Pistons would eventually be crowned NBA champions after shocking the Lakers super team in 5 games, ending an unexpected run for the title. The 2011 Dallas Mavericks. Mula nung championship run ng Pistons noong 2004, it's been rare to see a team make the NBA Finals without multiple superstars. Ginawa to ng Dallas Mavericks noong 2011, with Dirk Nowitzki being pretty much the only superstar on the team. Ang average age ng rotation ng Mavs noong 2011 ay 32.25 years, the oldest since the 90s Bulls, kaya naman walang nag-expect na makakaabot sila sa finals, let alone win it all. The Western Conference was loaded that year with the 61-win Spurs and the defending champions Los Angeles Lakers. Samahan mo pa ng up-and-coming OKC Thunder team who were at the beginning of the Durant, Westbrook, Harden era. And of course, the Eastern Conference with the newly formed Big Three sa Miami, who everyone was expecting to win it all. But the Mavs have other things in mind. beating Portland in the first round, sweeping the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers in the second round, and destroying the young OKC Thunder sa conference finals. Pero wala nang mas surprising pa than beating LeBron's super team in the finals 4-2. The 2019 Toronto Raptors. Kawhi Leonard made it clear to the Raptors na isang taon lang ang itatagal niya dito dahil nga gusto niya maglaro sa hometown niya in LA. But the Raptors still traded a lot for him, including DeMar DeRozan, with hopes of convincing him to stay for more than a year. Madami nagsasabi na mako-convince lang nila si Kawhi kung mananalo sila ng championship that year. But no one really expected it dahil nga nasa prime pa ang Golden State Warriors who were looking to win the three-peat that year. Kahit na wide open ang battle for the Eastern Conference title dahil nga sa paglipat ni LeBron sa Lakers, hindi pa din favorite ang Raptors to make it to the NBA Finals dahil nandyan pa ang Milwaukee Bucks at Philadelphia 76ers who both had great seasons. But the Raptors would beat Orlando 4-1 sa first round ng playoffs, and then they faced the Sixers in the second round, which is arguably one of the best playoff series in NBA history. Natapos ang series na to with this shot from Kawhi Leonard.
If you're Philly.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
They would then beat the Bucks 4-2 and shock the world by beating the defending champions Golden State Warriors in 6 games. The 2020 Miami Heat. The 2019-2020 season was the best season for the Miami Heat simula naghiwa-hiwalay ang Big 3 nila. They had their third worst season the year before since drafting D. Wade in 03 at wala silang masyadong dinagdag na players besides Jimmy Butler and some rookies. Nag-retire na si D. Wade at na-trade si Hassan Whiteside and Josh Richardson noong off-season kaya naman walang nag-expect na may mararating ang Heat noon. They were 41-24 nung pumasok sila sa NBA bubble and won only 3 out of the 8 seeding games. With the loaded Eastern Conference, hindi mo akalain na makakapasok sila sa NBA Finals. But the Heat did just that, sweeping the Pacers sa first round and destroying the favored Bucks with back-to-back MVP and Defensive Player of the Year Giannis Antetokounmpo. They would then beat the Celtics in 6 games with Bam Adebayo stepping up big time. The Heat would go on to lose to the eventual champions LA Lakers who proved to be too much for the Heat. Despite this, ang playoff run ng Heat na yon ay isa sa pinaka-unexpected runs in the last 20 years. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel for more NBA content.